Before the Super Bowl, Fox News aired an interview with Donald Trump. Trump told Bret Baier of Fox News that despite members of his administration walking back last week's statement that he plans to buy Gaza, Trump last night said he is absolutely serious about buying Gaza. On the flight to New Orleans, he told reporters, quote, "Think of it as a big real estate site, and the United States is going to own it." Trump said the United States should buy, own, and develop Gaza while finding another place for the Palestinians to live. I mean, there is absolutely no upside for anybody in this equation. Let's build a vacation resort literally over the fresh burial grounds of nearly 60,000 people. I look at the tragedy of Gaza and I think, how do we end the suffering? How do we get food, medicine, feminine hygiene products, blankets, tents, and new homes to these people? I see Gaza as a gaping wound of endless sorrow. Donald Trump sees Gaza and thinks, luxury resort. Hard to believe, as a real estate developer, the man only went bankrupt 6 times. I mean, if you gathered 70 Nobel laureates in the same room and said, I'm giving you 48 hours to come up with a dumber idea than this, they'd be stumped. You can't top the idea of America buying Gaza, evicting 2 million Palestinians and turning it into Las Vegas, the Riviera. He said it, turning it into the Riviera to Las Vegas. Gambling, prostitutes, and alcohol. I mean, how could that possibly incense the Islamic Brotherhood? How could that possibly incite a jihad? I'd like to think this one is Trump's apotheosis of stupidity. One would think this one is his mic drop. You retire after this idea. You cannot top it. I'm done. Good night, everybody. But sadly, I'm absolutely positive that by tomorrow morning, Donald Trump will have surpassed even this. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and my sister is going to be calling me in hysterics. Did you hear? He's outsourcing the application of our nuclear launch codes to Brooks and Dunn. We don't go to DEFCON 1 unless Brooks and Dunn say we do. Now, I was going to say something crazy to top Gaza, like invading Canada, but he's already planning that. So I went with outsourcing our nuclear launch codes to Brooks and Dunn. As of Monday, we've had 3 weeks of the Z-bag. And now he's planning to invade Canada. But here's the thing. Trump is the master of controlling news cycles. He knows if he says crazy things, the media laps it all up. But the genius of Trump is he says crazy things to distract us, to take our eyes off the ball. While we're freaking out over this crazy stuff he's saying, we're not paying attention to his real world, concrete plans that the people who put him in charge know is not only sane, but doable, like declaring war on Denmark. That's they're distracting us so we don't notice the invasion of Denmark. Not to take control of Greenland, because it's the birthplace of Hans Christian Andersen, who wrote The Emperor's New Clothes, which gives Donald Trump nightmares. So he wants to destroy Denmark. The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has privately warned members of his own party, and this was caught on tape, that Trump is dead serious about making America's mineral-rich neighbor to the north its 51st state. Trudeau says Trump knows Canada, like Greenland, is a literal gold mine of rare earths that are indispensable for powering the 21st century. Now, you know, and I know, and the Canadians know that sober-minded people in this country always prevail, and that the United States would never allow this mentally deformed bunghole protuberance to invade Canada. It's out of the realm of possibilities. The same way after January 6, we would never allow this orange, spackled, perforated anus back into the Oval Office. This is where Donald Trump belongs. And they took out his uppers so he wouldn't harm himself. Mike Waltz, our national security advisor, was on Sunday's Meet the Press, and he was asked if Trump was serious about invading Canada. And Mike Waltz uttered words I never thought I'd hear coming out of a United States national security advisor's mouth. He said, quote, "I don't think there's any plans to invade Canada. I don't think. Who knows? Maybe I'm out of the loop on this one. All I can tell you is if Donald Trump goes to war with Canada, there are going to be more American draft dodgers invading Canada than soldiers."